Street Fighter's signature moves help it shuffle into the 8th spot. Capcom vs. SNK has the characters and the character of a 7th place finisher. Dead or Alive is Wanted. It comes in 6th. Mortal Kombat finishes the countdown at number 5. And you love the tag team as Marvel vs. Capcom winds up in 4th place. But you love the graphic beauty of the Tekken series just a little bit more since it finishes a notch higher at spot number 3.
Tekken series is the #1 series. Lots of characters, a lot of characters open up, and everything they have to do, it keeps me into the game, keeps me wanting to go back and play it, and just keep going back to it until everything's accomplished. And then you invite your friends over and whoop their ass.
Tekken is the best 3D fighting game series there is. It's just that simple. There's no game I enjoy playing with my friends with more than Tekken 4. It's just so much fun. It's really quick. It's a lot faster and smoother than other 3D games. It's easy to pick up. I really just love it.
You know, some people think that moves like that and fighting games in general have become a little too violent. How about you?
Fighting games are cartoons, you know, it's like saying is Bugs Bunny too violent. There's never any sense, you know, playing Mortal Kombat or anything that like, oh, some kid is gonna go rip out some other kid's spine or something.
I think you can have a great fighting game without it being violent. I don't think it's necessary. Like Smash Brothers, I think it's the best fighting game around, and it's not very violent. It's not bloody or anything.
The great thing about video games, especially now, is you can turn that on and off. You can monitor it. You could set levels, gory to G-rated, so it allows you to set the level. If you don't want it, you don't have to have it there.
If you bought it, that means you're cool with it and you should play it. I mean, if you don't like it, then don't buy it. Simple as that.
So it's hard to say, well, are they too violent for everybody? If you're a good parent, you'll know that your child probably should not be playing Mortal Kombat without you knowing about it. I think it's less the games and more of when you play them and who's playing them.
I ascribe to more of Aristotle's catharsis theory, which is that by playing games we can purge ourselves of our violent tendencies, so we're less likely to hit someone in the face when we encounter trouble in the real world because we have this virtual outlet to get rid of our aggression.
It takes those frustrations away from you. You have a bad day, you go home, play a few fighting games, and leave it there.
If you can separate the fact that it's, you know, it's not real, it's just a video game. I mean, it's entertainment, like going to the movies or watching television, so I think they're fine where they are.
I think our industry has a very good rating system, and I think it's, you know, it's on everyone's part to make sure that the rating system works.
Violent or not, people love them and people play them. So let's take a look at the two that people love and play the most, Super Smash Bros. And Soul Calibur. The first lets you duke it out as some of the extremely popular Nintendo characters that have come our way over the years, like Mario, Bowser, and Fox. Plus, you get the opportunity to beat the ever-loving crap out of characters like Pikachu and Jigglypuff, and it's hard to top that. Unless your name is Soul Calibur, this weapons-based fighting series has been described as having the perfect feel and is one of the few to have received perfect scores across the board from critics and fans alike. And that leaves us with a very important question. Which one do you like? Sounds like it's time for another Filter Face-Off.
Super Smash Bros. Is a very unique fighting game. It's a brawler, and lots of people can play at the same time, and there's tons of fast action. It's not just two people kind of standing there and going at it. There's all kinds of like mayhem going on while you're fighting.
Super Smash Brothers to me is like playing a Japanese acid trip. It's just crazy. Although being Kirby and eating Pikachu is a lot of fun.
It's one of the first fighting games to have the object be to knock the other person out of the arena rather than just kill them.
I think it should win the face-off because it's funny. 4 people can play it at one time. It's got funny characters, and it's addictive.
In the
Filter Face-Off, it would definitely have to go to Soul Calibur. It's all about the weapons in that game, specifically in the GameCube version, where you can use the Link character, and he can use like his sword, he's got bombs, he can use boomerang. Just all kinds of cool stuff that you don't usually see in a fighting game.
Soul Calibur adds the element of using swords and weapons into the fighting game. The great thing about the Soul Calibur titles is that they're very easy for casual gamers to pick up. They have a good learning curve, but it's enjoyable for people of all skill levels to play.
I think Soul Calibur should take the top spot on the filter countdown over Smash Brothers, because Smash Brothers to me is a party game. Soul Calibur is a very deep fighting game with a lot of complexity to keep coming back for.
So, which series is the bigger pugilistic pleaser? The polls are closed, the votes are counted, and your favorite fighting game of all time is Soul Calibur. You obviously like to keep it real. Well, future episodes by logging on to the Filter show page at g4tv.com/filter. Until then, I'm Diane Mizota, and I'll see you next time. I said when I got my butt kicked in 7th grade after I farted in algebra class.
And we are still speeding.
Thanks to its incredibly deep gameplay. What does that mean? Apparently, cameraman wasn't listening to director.
That's always been a problem.
That's the wrong footage in the plasma.
Hang on 1 second.
Shut up. I'm gonna do my Nick Lachey look. Shut up. Until then, I'm Diane Mizota, and I'll see you next time.